There we go. I don't know why.
Only video.
So,
do you want to start the recording again then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Well, OBS likes to change settings ever so often, so it decided to not have the input at the right one because this is Geeks with Kids, the podcast that occasionally posts stuff, and I don't want to go through that spiel of us being busy this summer because we all know we're busy. I'm gonna be gone for the next couple weeks. I'm going out east. That's east coast of Canada. We're going to PEI. My first time out east. I'm gonna eat all the lobsters. If they haven't overfished the area yet.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh god, it's good.
They're just big bugs. There's lots of bugs.
I love sea cockroaches. They're delicious.
Mm.
And I guess if I'm there long enough, I'm supposed to kiss a fish. I hear that's a thing.
I don't know why you have to go out east to kiss a fish. I feel like you could kiss a fish just about anywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't kiss a fish out of Lake Ontario. That'd just be like kissing three-eyed
but fish. The ocean's better?
Nah, well...
It's like all bad.
Yeah, I guess fish pee everywhere. So, yeah, we're here. We're going to talk about a Fantastic Four. First Steps, the MCU film that was released on July 25th. Just like 2 weeks ago. I saw it on the first night with my eldest. Yeah. She liked it. It's her first foray into Fantastic Four, so she had no reference. Me and Dave, we've gone through a number of Fantastic Four movies, including the Roger Corman one of the 90s. I assume you've seen it.
Oddly enough, I have not seen that, and I haven't actually watched Fanforstic.
You haven't seen Fanforstic?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I've remained pure.
Good for you. That movie made me upset.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it. I didn't want to be mad.
Good actors, but
yeah, studio. What a great cast. Totally wasted.
Totally wasted. The
that's its own podcast that's already happened.
I feel like we talked about it back in the day, maybe. Anyway, before we start, do we want to do what's good?
Yeah, sure. What's good with you, Eric?
I'm playing Grounded 2 right now. It's phenomenal. I love the first one. I played a shit ton of it. I tried it on Xbox Game Pass and I played for like 15 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy this game, aren't I? So I just bought it over on Steam.
Nice.
It's funny because you start playing it I started playing it. I'm like, this voice sounds really familiar. Like one of the narrating people started talking. I was like, shit, this is Steph Kurbis, who's one of my voice acting teachers. So I was like, oh fuck, okay, fair enough. That was cool. What's good with you? Go get that game. It's not Steam Deck
it's not
verified yet, but it's really fun.
No, Dice Miner I've had for ages. If you haven't played Dice Miner, it's like Dwarven Yahtzee. Check it out. It's by AEG, Alderac Entertainment Group. No. My what's good's probably going to be Draw Steel's out, baby. Draw Steel from MCDM. The new hotness. I'm sure, people are excited about Daggerheart, but the thing about Daggerheart is you can still fail. The nice thing about Draw Steel is you never miss in combat. It's just varying degrees of success.
It's 2d10. I feel like Daggerheart, you don't fail. There's something shitty that happens when you.
I guess. When you get I haven't looked into Daggerheart enough. I did watch some of Critical Role's playthrough of it, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But it's also because like Matt's GMing. Matt can make anything seem good, and it's like they're playing like a Dark Souls game basically.
Yeah.
Which is really neat. But yeah, you can go check out mcdm.gd, and they've got GG. They've got the second episode of their Let's Play, live play, whatever you want to call it. The Delian Tomb is out. Which I have basically run that adventure for other people. It's like the 3-room dungeon classic thing that Colville made on stream many, many years ago to be like, this is how easy it is to make. And they were like, fuck it, let's just turn it into a quick thing. It's really cool. It's very idiosyncratic, but the whole point is it's fun. They started from like the ground up and we're like, what's not fun about TTRPGs? Not doing anything. The D20, aka the wait 45 minutes to do nothing die. Yeah. Right? Like and because there's so much teamwork stuff built into the classes, you actually pay attention during combat. And also because initiative is not, I rolled low, so I wait to the end to go. It's no, it's the enemy go, then your team goes. So both Draw Steel and Daggerheart have interesting initiative because Daggerheart seems like it has like your team keeps going until you fail, which is kind of cool. At least in the boss.
Yeah, I got I did a one shot online, like a solo one, and it did feel
Mhm.
like that. Like I just kept on going until. So I wonder if that's the case. I haven't done it from the GM side, but I would like to. I want to test some stuff out with my kids with that. I feel like
There's
that's.
absolutely stuff I'm going to steal from Daggerheart,
Mhm.
especially like the introduction stuff where they like pass around a map and say like, "Hey, I'm from here," and like it's part of the process.
Mhm.
It's not an addend. It's not an add-on. That's part of starting the game.
Yeah.
I really like that stuff. Draw Steel has a bunch of really cool, like the way you make your character is neat. So every part of it's supposed to be fun, right? It's not. It's it's good. I haven't bought the physical books yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll probably get them eventually because I'm also, me, I'm always working on my own RPG,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm in the middle of running one, so I don't want to start running a
Nice.
different game. But yeah, check it out, Draw Steel. It's really, really cool. It's the whole process of them making it was like transparent. Like it was all on the internet. You could every time they're like, "Oh, this didn't work," and it's really cool.
That's awesome.
And people have been playtesting it from the ground up, and lots of people are already playing out in the wild. You can there's Rise Heroes Rise on YouTube. They're a really cool channel that already makes content for it. Lots of shorts you can watch that are really funny. But yeah, that's my what's good is I'm slowly working on that.
No, for sure. I know for Daggerheart, if people are interested, Ginny D has a really good like intro video about it. Like she breaks it down what the system is and how to play it. The
hmm
book is obviously gorgeous. It's by what's the press?
Darrington Press,
Yeah. So
the
and
imprint from Critical Role.
they have Darrington Press. It's Darrington, isn't it?
Yeah, Terry and Darrington,
Darrington. Yeah.
the Darrington Brigade.
Yeah. They've also announced a Kickstarter for some new stuff for
Mm.
Daggerheart, and they've been releasing stuff since they released the big core package a couple months ago.
And basically, the leads from Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons, left Wizards of the Coast, and now work for Darrington Press.
Yeah. Did you watch any of
some of it?
Yeah. I like the
and Brennan Lee Mulligan's gonna be I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna want to watch Critical Role again? Because Brennan Lee, because I like growing up, I watched Jerry Holkins and Chris Perkins because of the Penny Arcade games. Which there's an article out from Insider or something, and they just completely gloss over the fact that Penny Arcade and their 4th edition run is what led into other. And there's a couple other podcasts that were they weren't huge, but it was like what showed people that you could do D&D
the Geek
podcast.
and Sundry stuff, like before.
Even before that stuff. Like we're talking about like 2008.
Oh shit, yeah.
Actually, Penny Arcade was Penny Arcade, their first podcast was like 2004 or 5. Yeah, I have them downloaded still. But yeah, when 4th edition came out and they played that, and that's all been glossed over to say, "Oh yeah, it's just Critical Role and it's just
because
which don't get me wrong, is huge, but
I remember listening to some Let's Plays of D&D like way before Critical Role, before I even heard of them.
My friends and I were gonna we're funny. We should do a podcast of.
That would have been awesome.
I was 15.
Well, you could have done it from the basement of Shoeless Joe's or whatever the fuck we used to do rehearsals. What was that?
Tailgate Charlie's.
Tailgate Charlie's. I couldn't remember the name of the place. Yeah.
It would have been Mike Duff's parents' basement is where we went.
Oh my god. So I saw a comment when they announced the Brennan Lee Mulligan thing for campaign 4.
Mm-hmm.
Someone on I think it was Reddit said everyone's gonna show up and like Brennan's gonna show up at the studio and no one's gonna be there, and then out comes Sam Reich and it's game changer. Like,
oh my god.
Could you imagine that happened? The internet would explode. It would explode and I would be happy about it because that would be amazing.
You know what would make me so happy is that if he ran Draw Steel.
Oh my god.
That would be just everything comes together.
Oh my god. I'm going through Unsleeping City right now. Unsleeping? I think it's Unsleeping City right now.
Yeah,
because I wanted to see the live show and I was like, shit, I didn't finish the first campaign. So I started where I was and I was like, fuck, I don't remember what happened. So I started it all over again. Oh my god. And then everything started piecing back together. I was like, oh yeah, this is such a good campaign. And the second one that happened during COVID was really good too, even though it was all on Zoom. But we all know that Zoom games are good. Yeah, they are. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited for campaign 4.
Dude, it's just a good time for TTRPGs.
Yeah.
It's a really good time.
Like I remember you.
I'm even still working on Knave, man. This is a great little game.
Oh man, I remember you telling me to watch Brendan Lee Mulligan stuff like way back, like 5 years ago, I think.
Well, that was because I saw Escape from the Bloodkeep, which is his like parody of Lord of the Rings, basically, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Like even funnier than the Penny Arcade games.
I don't know if I watched that.
Oh my god, I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of other Brennan stuff. Like I've seen lots of clips and stuff, but that is the only one that I watched in its entirety. It's only like 4 episodes. And what you don't realize is that whole campaign goes off the rails right away. And Brennan, everything he had prepared was thrown out the window. And like there's just amazing scenes that are totally improvised.
That's so good.
So I get that's why he's so good. Like all these DMs have their strengths, you know. Like obviously Mercer is so good at sound effects and so good at immersion.
Immersion's so good.
But Brennan is like one of the best improvisers of his generation. I'm gonna wait. Like he's so quick and smart.
I love that he just goes with it too. Like someone will be like, "Can I do this?" And he's like, "You know what? Yeah, fuck, let's do it. Why not?"
More so than any other GM I've seen. I wish I could steal his powers because his ability to go yes and even with the most ridiculous things. Like, I find it so difficult. Like, I had to build a system for myself to go, here's when players say something so ridiculous that you want to slam your head against the wall, this system lets them run with it. Because I have to take myself out of that. Because I'll go, no, you couldn't. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, he's so good at it. And I mean, my big 4, like, if I had a Mount Rushmore, which is its own problem. Let's not get into that. But, you know, Chris Perkins, Matt Mercer, Jerry Holkins, and Brendan Lee Mulligan. Like, just super funny. They all do different things. Chris Perkins is really good at terrorizing players. Just making everybody scared that they're going to die at any moment.
I have seen... there's a number of female GMs that I also really like, and I can't think of them.
Oh, Abria Iyengar
is good.
Amazing.
All the D20 people are really good GMs, like all of them. Even Katie Maravich, especially Katie.
Didn't she just? I haven't seen her GM yet because I think she just did a show, didn't she?
You didn't see it on the bus? On a bus?
No, I don't. I don't have. I haven't watched I haven't watched any Dropout basically, other than YouTube stuff.
There is. They did this game changer where each of them had they
pitch a thing, right?
Pitch a thing. It was Shark's Tank.
Yeah.
And the person who got the most viral views wins that episode. And so that happened. Almost.
So that's why the whole Brennan real girl dolls feet shoes thing. Yeah.
So that's why
I was so confused. I knew it was a bit, but I was still so confused.
I saw it before I saw the episode, and all I heard was, "What's up, gang?" I was like, "No, oh no!"
Yeah,
his sad voice and him in a sweater, and then I was like, "Oh no, this is something you're doing."
I think Brennan likes. Well, I mean, Sam Reich does nothing but torture him. So at one point, you think it would make sense for him to be like, "No, I'm just gonna work a Critical Role."
He just signed a new contract with Dropout.
3-year contract, and do new shows.
We should just talk about Brendan Lee Mulligan and Dropout right now, right? I feel like that's what we could just do. But
if you want to watch another great podcast, just go watch Brendan Lee Mulligan and Matt Mercer talk for an hour. That's
on D20's
Talking 20, something like that.
I don't remember. Adventuring Academy is what it's called.
Yeah, that's
yeah. There we go. Anyway, everyone should subscribe to Dropout. It is my favorite subscription.
I mean, everyone doesn't have to because they like people password sharing. They're for it. So what one person and then share it with all your friends.
And then they also just put it on YouTube. They just put it on YouTube like a month later. Or a couple weeks later.
That's why I haven't bothered because I have YouTube Premium. So you know what I mean? Rather than borrowing, like my best friend has a subscription to Dropout. I'm like, well, I can just watch it on YouTube. And then I can find it whenever I want on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Also, since you only get one login, everyone has the same history. So me and Stu share. So Stu will start something and I'm like, fuck. Are we in this are we watching the same campaign right now? So So that's what's happening. But
every once in a while, someone in my family logs into my account on Netflix, and I'm going, "What the fuck is this? I don't know. I've never watched this movie." I get very confused.
Me and Meg had to merge our Netflix accounts because our smallest, our fucking 4-year-old, wanted her own. She didn't want to share with the others.
Oh, and you can only have so many.
We can only have so many. So now me and Meg are like, and I see all these fucking like reality shows that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm getting all the ads for like Love Island or whatever the fuck. God, I hate those shows.
Maybe that's why we'll keep separate Netflix. Oh no, you made it. No, she made an account on mine. She made it.
That's the better way to go.
You don't have to worry about it.
All right, let's jump into Fantastic Four.
Fantastic.
Like I said earlier, we both have history with Fantastic Four. We've seen a number of movies. If we had
not to mention growing up watching the cartoon,
the comic books, the
so
Silver
good.
Surfer animated series,
cartoon,
that was so good.
I was gonna
damn good.
Normally, I make my background related, but I was like, I'm not gonna bother today. But I was gonna do a Silver Surfer because that show was so good.
It was the best of the animated. I love X-Men, but it dipped in season 4. Season 4, right? Was when it had the weird animation. But but Silver Surfer, one season, all good.
Perfect. Just like watching that as like, I don't know, a 9-year-old and just being like, oh, I can have inner thoughts that are like deep and no one needs to know. But like, because the whole show was just him thinking and him like, just his narration, which was really well done.
Such a good voice. And
flying through beautiful, starscapes, and him just wondering like if like actually going, am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing? When as a 9-year-old do you talk like, is there a show where a character's questioning the morality of what they're doing? Like that's so foundational.
Yep. I will say that X-Men did pave the road for that, but Silver Surfer took it to another level. And I think Joe Satriani did the theme song for it because he's a giant Silver Surfer fan, and his album Surfing with the Alien was like, it has Silver Surfer on the cover. It was like insane in the 80s, like that album. If there was one word that you could use to describe this movie, what would it be?
My best Vin Diesel voice and just be like, family.
Family. That's a good word.
I think I would actually. I think I would just say tight. Like it was tight.
And I would say
it was a tight movie.
It was tight. I would say it's a refreshing movie for me because
I think tight because it works in more than one way. Because it's like it's a tight movie, but also like tight is like a surfer term for like nice.
Tight. Totally. I said it's refreshing because the aesthetic is different. Everything was just. It felt not like the MCU. It felt like a new thing, but yet still felt really in the MCU. I thought it was a really refreshing take on the Fantastic Four. I like that it wasn't an origin story, and yet it still sort of was an origin story. I like that it was in year 4 of their journey.
I did feel like that intro went just a little too long, and even though they clearly cut stuff, like that's why John Malkovich wasn't in the movie, right? Like all that, even though like, and I get it because like, but they also probably could have cut out the whole giant ape with the ape thing at all to not even allude to it, but no, it was it was neat, and I don't think it was confusing for people to be like it's not the same, like it's people know that Man of Steel and Superman are not in the same world, it's not that difficult.
Yeah. Kateri, my eldest, I took her to see this movie. She just started watching the MCU films the past year. I think she just got to Endgame. She hasn't even seen all of Endgame, but she realizes that this isn't part of it. She's seen Agatha all along, so she knows that shit is weird in the MCU. So she just is like, no, I'm just gonna go with it. I don't really care. Did this film match your expectations of what this we'd come into this, and I know at least you and me, we have both had our qualms about the most recent phases, so this sort of was high up on the expectation list, like visually, like in all the trailers, like this is the first family, the first Marvel family. Like, the expectations were really high, at least for me.
And Matt Shackman has really been like a bit of a golden child for them. So, I mean, WandaVision arguably their best show.
100%. Yeah, I would.
But there's been like 21, something like that, like Marvel shows since the Disney Plus thing started. Not all of them live action, but still, like, that's a lot of stuff.
So much.
That's a lot of stuff. So that it's crazy. Like, they trusted him, and it's not tied to anything.
No.
So
did it match?
It was originally supposed to be John Watts too, who they obviously knocked it out with Homecoming, right, and all the other Spider-Man films. So they clearly we want someone to start a franchise, more or less. Like, it would be weird if we didn't get a franchise out of Fantastic Four. Like, obviously the movie's not performing great. It's already more or less it's where Thunderbolts was at the end of Thunderbolts' run. Thunderbolts was in theaters for 4 months,
3-4 months.
And in 2 weeks, Fantastic Four is there. But it's also, like, Marvel's not doing great, but that's because they drove people to Disney Plus, and then now they're going, no, actually, we want you in the theater. So they're in the middle of a transition, and people want to be like, well, let's have them knock it out, but it's like, no, it takes a while to transition back out, and the quality has to be there, and I think Thunderbolts and this are doing that.
Yep.
But whether or not that's going to make a difference in the long run, who knows?
That's fair.
But yeah, like, it was super solid, man. Like, I liked it. I really liked it. There was a bunch of stuff that I wasn't expecting, that I was kind of hoping for, that we can get into when we talk about spoilers.
Yeah.
And I was happy because it could have just been Galactus tries to eat the planet.
Yeah. I mean,
right? It could have just been that, because it worked pretty well before, like, it's worked plenty of other times in the cartoon and comics and stuff like that.
Rise of the Silver Surfer was pretty much that too.
It was, yeah. And that movie did better than the previous movie, just didn't do well enough. I think I know Yoan Gruffudd just had an interview where he was like, hey, the reason we didn't make a third is because it's like, no, the movie didn't make enough money. It didn't make the return they wanted, and it was clear that it wasn't going to keep making that. And obviously the actors are going to want more money if they're going to come back. I mean, so I don't know. I think we're fine. I think the MCU is fine. Everything's okay.
Yeah, and they're going to do the big reset after next year anyway. So, right? We'll see what happens.
It's not like James Marsden, Frank Jansen, and Hugh Jackman are going to make 20 more X-Men movies now that they're a part of the MCU. Like, they're going to be done. Like, do you think Alan Cumming is going to make 12 more movies as Nightcrawler and all that makeup?
He said that the makeup process is way faster now, though, which I'm happy with.
Sure. It's probably down from 12 hours, right?
I think he said it's like 2 hours now.
But these people are, like, in their 60s. True. And I don't think... Like, I know I don't want to, like, I don't even want to let Keanu Reeves stop making John Wick movies.
I'm fine with that.
Because the time between John Wick 1 and now, he's 60. He doesn't move like a 49-year-old anymore. Like, you hit 60, what was it, The Irishman? And it's like, you can de-age Robert De Niro, but Robert De Niro does not move like a 20 or 30-year-old. He moves like an 80, 90-year-old man. So you can make his face look young, but you cannot make his joints work.
I wouldn't mind if John Wick was in like a more teachery like role, or like the head of the Continental type of thing.
Yeah,
I would like that. I would like to see him in it, like the ballerina.
Make him Karen.
Did you? Yeah.
Did you see Ballerina? I did watch the ballerina.
Ballerina was John Wick 1, but female version. Like, it felt exactly the same. It ended the same way. Right? Like, the bounty was put on her. I was like,
and I think they're trying to start another. I don't know. It just, I don't think, because Keanu Reeves had been doing martial arts for so much longer, I don't think Ana de Armas has quite the background to pull. So, like, they were good scenes, but I don't think they lived up to how good Keanu Reeves were. But, Keanu Reeves also had 25 years of martial arts training because of The Matrix. Yeah. So if you give her 2-3 more movies, I bet they'll be as good as John Wick 2 and 3.
I would agree with that.
I'd be down for that.
All right, let's get into some spoilers. We're going to spoil the shit out of the movie. I'm going to just flat out read the whole plot summary, what happened in the movie. And then we'll talk about, I guess, each of the characters, and or if you want me to stop, we'll talk about a scene or something. Just feel free.
Okay.
All right. So the movie is set in 1964 on Earth 828, and it follows Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, all already established heroes after their cosmic ray transformation 4 years prior. Ree and Sue announced they're expecting a child, which generates a sort of a global excitement and a bit of a concern. That's when the Silver Surfer sort of arrives, heralding the arrival of Galactus, a cosmic entity who declares Earth doomed, unless he's given the unborn Franklin Richards, whose potential power threatens to rival his own. I don't know. I wrote that and it made it sound.
It was that's what I meant by like I didn't know if they were going to go for that angle.
I didn't even know that they were going into Franklin.
I loved that. Like, well, first of all, Ralph Ineson as Galactus,
amazing.
So good. Wish we could have seen more of him because he's so. I hope we get to see him again because they made a practical suit just phenomenal and his voice is great.
His how when he talks about how he did the finale and how he had white boxes that he would knock over and he felt like Godzilla.
That sounds like so much fun.
That's amazing, right?
Like, that's the thing is, like, yeah, it's one thing to put an actor in the pajamas with the dots and stuff, but to give them a practical suit, and then even if it's not, like, a proper set, even if it's just I want to do that. I want to dress up as Galactus and fake knock over a city. But him, and it wasn't just him saying, oh, I want to eat the kid. It's him going, he has what I have.
And he can take over.
Which is straight out of the comics and not the OG comic. Like, they took the new lore and the old lore and they smashed it together so we get the best of both worlds, which is what the MCU should be doing. That's what makes it good, is when you get a little bit of all the, like, they take the best bits and make something good. So I really loved that. And it really felt more of a reason to be like, oh, why can't they just make like the ultimate nullifier and defeat Galactus? You know, why can't he just, no, because they have a solution, but it's a moral quandary, which is so good.
I did not know that they were doing the Franklin Richards thing. I saw the first trailer and I was like, I'm going to watch this movie. And they didn't spoil it. But apparently, I watched the trailers afterwards. They're like, they showed that Sue was pregnant or that Galactus wanted the baby. And I was like, oh, that's a big thing to spoil. And the fact that Franklin Richards is now in the MCU is very interesting because he's so incredibly powerful. So incredible. We've never seen an entity this powerful in the MCU. At least this powerful. Like,
it's close because we've seen Eternity.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Eternity. I forgot about that movie.
Right. So between like Galactus, Eternity, and Franklin, like that's three of like the big, like five biggest, most powerful characters ever.
And I would say Franklin's bigger than Galactus. Like, didn't he make Galactus as Herald one time?
Yeah. It was. There's a bunch of cool stuff that Franklin's done. So I kind of hope the next movie is like years later and it's just like in a little boy's room, he creates his own universe and it's just Franklin making a universe, which would be really cool because that obviously would be very important for things to come. But that's the whole point, is that they didn't really explain Galactus fully. So for other people, like, it's like, oh, this is a bad guy who wants to eat their baby, which,
not
by the way, that's a really funny, like, I literally leaned to my girlfriend and I was like, give me that baby, I want to eat that baby
in my belly. And he didn't really want to eat the baby. He wanted the baby to take his job and so that he could retire. Have the drinks with a umbrella in it.
But he did say, he's like, he's the only thing that can satisfy my hunger. Like Franklin Richards is a Snickers.
Oh my god.
So that was genuinely awesome, I think.
Yeah.
To not just make it, oh, he wants to eat Earth, why is he eating Earth? Because it's there, you know? Yeah. Like, they didn't even explain the whole, like, well, why does he eat, what kind of planets does he eat? You know? They left a lot to just, it's fine. It's not important.
Need to know that it has to be full of life and whatnot.
He just wants to eat Earth. Okay, great, you know?
I liked it. That's when you said it was tight, like, they didn't have to fluff it up with any of this extra stuff. That would have made us happy. but it would have made my daughter fucking bored.
And it would have been those things where people go on the internet going, well, why not this? Why not this? Because that's the story, man. That's the story. Like, that's the point, is that, like, why does I read a Reddit thread the other day where somebody thought Batman intentionally chose Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. Even though that's the whole point, is that he thinks he's going to save Rachel, and he saves Harvey. And they're like, why would you do that? I'm like, did you? Because media literacy is dead. So
the look of shock on Batman's face, like, how did they miss that?
We could have answered that guy's questions, right?
Yeah.
But the other 98% of the audience is left to be like, oh, that makes sense. We don't need to say that. We can just move, and we can keep it tight, and we can get more showings in, and people can get out of the theater within 3 hours, so they're not screaming at their bladder, you know?
Yep.
And it makes me want to watch it again, because it's not a slog to get through. Like, it's quick. And I would skip the intro. The surfer scenes were fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I do the surfer surfed.
Yeah. It actually, especially in the space. Oh my God. Anyway, the Fantastic Four refuse, obviously, which leads to a conflict, some public fear and betrayal. As Galactus begins his approach, the team builds a teleportation array, and the world helps along by building them around the world as well.
Which was cool that Reed Richards apparently can, like, we can unify the world with a global threat.
I mean, that makes sense, right? If anything,
Reed Richards can do it, but apparently
everything except for not Latveria.
It was Latveria.
Latveria. Yeah, everyone except for Latveria.
Doom. Yeah.
So that they could phase out the whole planet, so that Galactus couldn't eat it. But during the ending, Silver Surfer comes, destroys all of the arrays, and Galactus comes.
All but one
in New York. Galactus comes down onto Earth to abduct Franklin, because the Fantastic Four are using him as bait. Shit happens. They end up fighting Galactus because Galactus gets the baby and is trying to leave. And Sue, fucking being the first time,
the most powerful member of the
we finally get to
Four.
see Sue being Sue. Uses all of her power to stop Galactus, and she dies, which was a shocker. This is the one thing I hated about the Doomsday cast, is that they announced her, right? So I was sitting there, I was like, well, she's obviously going to come back.
I'd forgotten about that, and I legit thought, I'm like, oh, they might, because I started thinking ahead, besides the fact that it would have been really badass to actually kill her.
They should have, and brought her back.
It would have been really badass. But for then Doom, when he does his thing later on and goes like, you're not strong enough, you're not powerful enough to keep your family. Because in Battle World, one of the things Doom does is resurrects the family, and then Reed gets pissed and he's like, you took my family, and Doom's like, you let them die. So they're mine now.
And he makes Sue his wife. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, but Reed has it's so great when Reed goes off at him. He's like, you're a sick fuck, dude. Like, they're dead. Let them rest. Like, and you're trying to steal my family? Like, you're so creepy. And God, he actually kind of beats the shit out of Doom a little bit. Even though Doom's a god at the time.
I hope, oh my God, if we see that fucking chair in the movie, I will die of happiness. His throne.
There's so many cool things they could do with it. I trust them. The Russos are back. I don't know why I became a Boston native there.
It's okay. It's all good. Wait, I froze. Did you freeze? No.
Yes, you did. No, we're good.
My computer is dying, by the way. For some odd reason, it's my processor can't idle, because if it does, my whole computer turns off or freezes.
You need Reed Richards to figure that out.
So I'm building a new computer. This is going to be a...
I feel like you just built a new one.
This is 5 years old now. Isn't that insane?
The Matt Damon meme, and I just aged. So.
Yeah. Yep. Or it might be 4 years old. It's 4 or 5. No, I bought this.
It doesn't.
I built it when my last one was born. Like right just before she was born.
Wow.
Or just after she was born.
And in that time, I've nearly got a degree.
Oh my God. Anyway, so Sue dies. Then they put CGI Franklin on her chest. And he,
oh God, the CGI in this movie was so good until I was like, that's CGI baby.
that baby,
That is 100% a CGI baby. Like
I was
on one
fine.
hand,
I was
I
fine with
hate
the
it when
seeing
they
it in
put
the belly.
like, don't put babies in movies. Stop
Yeah.
it. Like, it's so weird.
It
But at the
wasn't
same
Flash
time,
bad though.
I haven't seen The Flash either.
Good for you. Good for you.
I've just been pulling back, for my own sanity.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, just what a CGI baby.
What a CGI baby.
Just a lot of CGI in this movie, and they really were like, put it in the surfer, not in the baby.
And then so Franklin resurrects Sue, and she gets the nice galactic eyes. Oh, that was such a good touch. Just like Star-Lord does when he touches.
Yeah, they're pretty similar.
Yeah,
they're pretty similar.
And then
I think that was just to symbolize the power cosmic. I think is the idea.
Yeah.
Because they all have the power. I was really surprised Galactus didn't go, you have the power cosmic? Not anymore. Like, because he can do that.
I think
that's kind of his thing.
I think he wanted to still get Franklin.
The baby, yeah.
Oh my God. I hope we don't. Anyway, so did I say that Silver Surfer pushes Galactus? Silver Surfer pushes Galactus through the thing. That's when she dies, and then Sue dies. Franklin brings her back. End of movie. Everyone's happy, yay! And then we get post-credit scene where we get a 4-year-old Franklin and Sue are reading.
So it's been another 4 years.
Yeah. So it's really cute. They're talking about the Darwin and whatever.
Franklin's super smart.
Yeah, as he is. I wonder if Valeria's alive. She would be alive at this point, wouldn't she? And he's 4.
I don't think they're doing that because Valeria is named by Doom. That's his mom's name. And that is because he delivers Valeria, which is why he gets to name her.
I think
so. I don't think we're gonna get a Valeria Richards, because I also don't think she's not. To be fair, she's not super important to a lot of those stories. She's very important to the family stories, and she's got cool powers, but I just don't think she'll fit within the larger MCU storyline right now.
It would be weird to introduce her in Battle. Wait, what's the next one? Secret War? No, Battle World. Doomsday?
The next one is Doomsday.
Yeah, it would. I guess it would be weird to introduce a whole new character in Doomsday. Although they are, because they're already introducing Doom.
Well, they're basically just going to introduce. Yeah, but you know what? It's going to be Doom's movie, just like Endgame was Thanos' movie, right? Like
for sure. Yeah. So, like I was saying, Sue's reading Franklin a story. She goes to get another book. She comes back to the living room, and there's Robert Downey Doom talking to him.
They said it was him in the thing, but you just see like the mask and the hood. So,
which is leather. I did not expect a leather green hood. That was sort of off-putting. Purely for me. They said that scene's in the movie, the next movie. So
I wonder if he's gonna fix his face, because that's something that Franklin does do.
I hope it's that scene. I hope that's the scene where he does it, because that would be good. That'd be cool.
There's so many weird things, like the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is
I don't know,
Doom is still just like so weird.
It is.
I
don't
know. There's so many. I'm way too into spoilers right now, just people trying to figure stuff out, and I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get it. I don't think we're gonna figure it out, because no one figured out Endgame.
That's true.
No one had figured out. No one knew that it was going to be time travel. Why? Because the only reason Endgame works is because that one rat that let Scott out of the thing.
That one rat and that useless security guard.
So if Ben Chang, if it's part of me wants that, like at some point the watcher to be like, I put that rat there, because it's just so random. It's like, oh, this is the only universe. Like, on one hand, it's like, it's the only universe. Is that the only universe where that rat does that? So I don't think we can keep guessing, but I don't think we're ever going to figure it out.
Let's talk about.
But I like that it stands on its own.
Yeah.
Like this movie, without that scene, it's great.
Yeah, and when they go to Fantastic Four 2, Fantastic
Electric Boogaloo,
2 Fantastic Four 2. Yeah. Anyway, Fantastic Four 2. I'm fine with them just going straight into the MCU. I think it would fit really well in everything. And if you watch both, I think it'll make sense. let's talk about each of the characters because they
Mm-hmm.
all played their own part. The characterizations were really, I think, quite good. I had some
Yeah.
issues with some of it, but nothing really. What do you think of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, who's played by Pedro Pascal?
So I think I've seen some people complain that it's like he should have been smarter, blah blah blah. And it's like, well,
He was
he's
super
super
smart.
smart. He's super smart. He figures a bunch of stuff out. But also, it's really hard to write people that are smarter than you.
Hmm.
So Matt Shackman, or actually he didn't even write this movie, but whoever wrote I don't remember who it was. But when they wrote the movie, they can't be as smart as the smartest man in a fictional universe who can invent basically anything. But they show him as being very intelligent. They didn't do the whole, oh, that's John Krasinski. That's the smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
But they showed that his influence has changed so much in this world, right? Like he's got a flying car. Like that alone should be like, all right. The one thing that bothered me about him being the smartest man in the world is you would not put a rocket in New York because that is a bad place to take off of a rocket from. Like New York is built on a swamp, which means it's like at sea level. Okay, it's not on a mountain. Why? There's a reason why all of NASA bases are around like as close to the equator as they can get because the Earth bulges there, so you don't have to fly as far. So New York is pretty far north. Not a great place. That's the only thing that bothered me, but it does make sense. But it was a conventional rocket.
I mean, and like this is set in the '60s, so
yeah,
there was some oddities like that. I was fine with it. I know.
Also, the flying car can't hit escape velocity. Like
No.
you can build a flying car, but you can't. That's clearly some kind of anti-grav, but you can't build a rocket that doesn't use like hydrazine fuel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do like that the rockets landed afterwards, like the
like
boost.
Elon Musk's rockets, except these ones didn't explode.
Yeah, exactly. I love Pedro Pascal. I like this characterization. He was really smart. He figured out how to. So his teleportation was just a theory in the first half of the movie, and the fact that they made it working and large scale, and that's incredibly smart. And think of the technology is still limited by the age, right? Like you can see the vacuum tubes and everything in the TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
So the fact that they had these things at that time, it's incredible. It's fantastic, one might say.
I wasn't super worried about like him not stretching a bunch, like because that's not. Yeah, it's cool, and he's basically indestructible because of that. But it's more interesting to watch him be an intelligent person and struggle with being so smart.
Yeah.
And going, how do I defeat this thing? How do I solve these problems? Because there is so much pressure on this person to solve those problems because one, he can, and once everybody knows that he can, everyone expects it of him.
Yeah.
Right?
The scene that really cemented him as Mr. Fantastic was when he was talking about, well, this is what we have to do with Galactus, and then they all realize that he's talking about using Franklin as bait. Like it's the only way, and he has to be the person that thinks like this. Like I love that scene. Like it showed
that when he talked to Sue and he's like it's my job to think of these things. It's awful.
Yeah.
But it's like that's
him.
In fairness to the character, that's a lot of people had to think about that stuff in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because they thought there was going to be thermonuclear war for like 20 years. And that was like the height of it.
Yeah.
So, and he's a product of his time. So thinking awful things to prevent those awful things makes a lot of sense for Mr. Fantastic. But also, yeah, like he very Stan Lee of it to be like, that great power comes great responsibility. Being that smart makes you responsible to protect all these other people who can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
And Pedro's Reed just owns that. He doesn't question it. Sue's like, well, he's like, but Sue's kind of arguing that's not true, but you can tell she doesn't believe it. She knows that him. Because they have these things, they owe it to everybody else.
Yeah. With great power. Let's talk when you said Sue, let's talk about Sue. the Invisible Woman. What did you think of her? She was the emotional anchor of this movie, like
as she is in the comics as well,
and her family. The scene where she's talking to the crowd who wants her to, give up her child, and she's like, I wouldn't give up my child, like I wouldn't give up any one of you.
Any of yours, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It was such a powerful scene, and Vanessa Kirby did phenomenal.
I struggle to understand how that version of Sue could be into Namor or Doom in any way, shape, or form. Like, how can you?
We'll see how Doom is, right?
Yeah, but how can you? There's such a good match in that.
I don't know.
And
I don't know how she would pair up with MCU's Namor. He's not.
Yeah, he's very. Yeah. I mean, he looks great.
Yeah, he looks great.
But she was so smart in a way that none of the other characters were, which is great, and true to her character. And that none of them wanted to rely, except for maybe Johnny, none of them wanted to rely on their abilities at any point. None of them used their abilities frivolously. Well, I guess Ben does a little bit for kids, but she doesn't. She's not because I thought she was going to walk out there and have to use her powers on people. And be like, all right, everybody stay back. They were going to have to defend themselves from a mob. But I'm glad they didn't do that, because it would have sucked to watch the Fantastic Four fight normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been brutal.
Apparently, the prequel comic shows her her diplomacy and how well she deals with people. I sort of want to read it. I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, that's why Mole Man and her, it's the whole thing where he'll only deal with her.
And apparently, and that's the same thing in the comics, right? He had a good relationship with her as well.
Well, apparently, I'm glad they're not doing it so much in the movie. But in the comic, everybody's in love with Sue. It's there's something about Mary. Namor likes her, Doom likes her, Mole Man. Half of the Fantastic Four enemies just want to fight the Fantastic Four because they think Reed doesn't deserve her. And they did a good job in this movie showing that, one, because there's been some comics where she gives into some of that stuff, and it's a little gross. And there's some versions of the comics where Reed's not as good, but Reed is a family man. It's only been a couple of instances where they showed him be more analytical than actually caring about his family, which I think is now the Maker anyway. And the Ultimates, that's a bad guy. It's the whole point. Reed deeply cares about his family, and man, even press for the movie. And how they were so especially Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal showing how kind of tight they were. I think did a really good job of hyping up how good their relationship is in the movie.
Yeah.
Because even when they kind of fight a little bit, it's not an unhealthy fight, right? They just talk and figure it out, which is what obviously you want to do in a relationship. You just want to figure it out together.
It would be nice.
Yeah. And she's good at it, and she doesn't let Reed I really like the scene where she's like, hey, I thought you were going to make the crib. Herbie's doing it because that's a thing, I mean, I'm sure that's supposed to be this important step in I'm getting ready for this thing by doing this thing, right?
Yes, agreed.
I like that.
We already talked about how she was finally shown her powers are finally shown properly on screen. She is the most powerful.
Well, they weren't the bubbles you see in the comics, but it was the force fields. It was very cool.
I liked it. One thing I didn't mention in Reed Richards, when he got stretched at the end, way too much by Galactus, it was so uncomfortable, but awesome that they did that. It was so painful.
Well, for me, I was I know that won't kill him.
Yeah.
I know because he can keep stretching. The only person more powerful than him in that regard is Plastic Man, but that's a different. It's DC.
They it was the sound design. It was the stretching sound of rubber. Yeah. It was just they did really good there. Johnny Storm. We might as well talk about Sue's brother.
Man, really cool to not make him a huge womanizer.
And not not a big douchebag either.
Yeah. Not all about Chris Evans' version
funny.
Was kind of cool for the time. It was definitely funny.
Definitely
but also
early 2000.
definitely like an MTV guy, like not
You,
kind of guy who wears Ed Hardy and Axe body
seriously.
spray. Not yeah,
Yeah.
not ironically.
He was sort of like the continuation of his Not Another Teen Movie character. That's what it sort of felt like.
Yeah, who could light on fire?
I like that he was a scientist in this and not just like there.
Not just a kid brother who went up into space for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, because apparently that's what you did in the 60s. Your kid brother tagged along and you went to space.
If only they wouldn't have let me. I'm Asian. Yeah, no, I like that he was like sort of a linguist and a scientist and figured out the whole language of
yeah.
My God, what's it called?
He'll be a better peer. I really hope he has an interaction with Spider-Man because they're best friends. Like him, Iceman, and Spider-Man are like 3 really good friends in the comics.
Him so I'd love really to see with Spider-Man, who's also smart. That would be a neat dynamic because they don't.
It'd be really nice because Johnny isn't dumb in the comics. It's just that he's the hothead. You know, that's why he is who he is. So for him to be actually care about people's feelings was neat. For him to get along with Ben was nice because obviously in the Chris Evans version there's a lot of like rivalry there, which does come up in the comics, but it doesn't have to be there. Like it's a lot better when they're working as a family. And looking back, those were kind of just like there for sort of cheap laughs.
They were sort of mean too.
Like he was, I mean, it's not like, getting shaving cream on the thing isn't the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, it's like, realistically, like, if you're in your 30s, you're not doing that to your friends. You're not going to be your friends for very long.
True. The Thing, Ben Grimm.
Man, I think he got the least screen time. He got kind of the
character
least
development.
Yeah.
He had that new
I don't know.
love interest, sort of. But even that didn't really go anywhere.
I don't know if it's bad. I know people, and it's a fair critique when a scene doesn't drive anything forward, and a lot of the thing stuff didn't.
Yeah.
Like everything with Natasha Lyonne, like him seeing those kids and stuff doesn't really drive the plot. I think that was really there for them to try to give an homage to Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby.
Jack Kirby, just because he deserves it. Because we've had how many Marvel films that have been like, oh, Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
Stan Lee's so great. Even characters he didn't create.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jack Kirby's greatest creation is probably the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And so to see, not that Doug Jones was a bad Silver Surfer. But that movie didn't do a great job with the Silver Surfer. Whereas I think they did a really good job here, and they let us glimpse. And I'm fine that it's not Nornrad. I mean, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben, I think that was literally just kept in for like, that's for Jack. That's what he just, I mean, he deserves more than that too, because he did so much for Marvel Comics. His artwork was fun. It was and is still phenomenal. So it's unfortunate that Ben's stuff didn't go anywhere, but also it didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And it's not really a Fantastic Four movie if you just go, it's these 3 characters and they have scenes and they get to do cool stuff. And then sometimes the Thing shows up and hits stuff hard.
Yeah. I mean, I do like his whole being unhappy about, being the one person that, got transformed physically. They sort of touched on it. Like you could see it in the way he sees in his reflection and stuff. And it's not something that was really necessary in this, but I do like that characterization. And they could always explore that more later.
Yeah, they don't have to do everything all the time right away. And I think for actors, because yes, this is a popcorn movie and it is for entertainment and it's there to make money. And in Star Wars, the scene where Luke looks out in the twin suns of Tatooine, what does that do? That just costs producers money, right? Like, that doesn't drive the plot forward. It doesn't entertain the audience. It gives you a moment to stop and look like, this is what that person's life is.
Yeah.
Like, it is a glimpse somewhere. That's the part that's like art rather than that's the part that's cinema even. And rather than, all this is for money. So I think that's what the Ben Grimm stuff is. I think if you took that out, you'd go, oh my God, this movie's an hour and a half and it's just go, go, go. And wow, Ben Grimm's not even in it. Like, why even blah, blah, blah. And instead, people are going, well, it didn't do anything. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if this was your 3-hour movie and you had that, you'd be going, okay, you're indulging. But at an hour 56, like that's pretty solid. You get some nice moments. It breaks up the movie. You get some pieces with Ben. It lets you see what kind of person he is. He loves kids.
Yep.
He feels terrible for looking the way he does because he feels like a monster. But there are people who treat him like he is a hero.
Yeah. And like this world has had the Fantastic Four for 4 years. So they're used to him.
Yeah.
So there's no point in people being scared of him. When he gets to Doomsday, people are going to see him for the first time and be scared of him. Like, that's where they can explore that. Even
100%.
Right?
We're going to get at least one punch between the Hulk and the Thing. Like, if they don't,
God, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And
like, it has to happen.
And the Hulk
and then Colossus?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about Shalabal, the Silver Surfer.
Great.
Interesting choice to use the female Silver Surfer. I like her. I liked her as a...
Fine with it. She was great.
I like the idea of her being a scientist. She was in the comics.
They literally just gave her Norrin Rad's story.
Yeah.
Because exactly. Shalabal was the Empress of Zenla, who was Norrin Rad's wife.
Yeah.
So
I like that she wasn't the Empress in this one. I like that she was just Norrin.
Yeah, I'm fine with it either way. I do, of course, because Norrin Rad is my favorite cosmic Marvel character.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, the Marvel Cosmic Invasion beat 'em up coming out soon. Silver Surfer's going to be in it. Beta Ray Bill. It's going to be great. Literally, when they showed her like background thing as basically Norrin Rad's characterization, I like teared up because one, I love that. Like, I love that it's the one I will do this thing. I will sacrifice myself for the greater good. It's one of those things where it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. Mm-hmm. It really doesn't. Anybody who cares about that has got too much time on their hands. They've got a very privileged life to be worrying about that. And she exists in the comics.
Yep.
And all they did was go, well, in this version of the Fantastic Four, there's no Norrin Rad, there's just her. Great. Because I'm sure we'll get Norrin Rad sooner or later.
Yep.
There's no way Kevin Feige doesn't want to do Norrin Rad one day.
Oh, yeah.
That
would be insane.
We'll get there.
That would be insane.
And if we can get two Silver Surfers,
I was just going to say that.
Even better.
Give me that. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the the amount of things they could do in the next two, like in the crossover movies, is just, it's mind-boggling. They have access to all the characters now. Everyone.
Yeah.
And that's so exciting. I was fine with not seeing Norrin Rad. I didn't even care that in her flashback we didn't see him. Whatever. I like Shalabal. I also like Julie Gardner. Was that her name? The actress?
Yeah.
Julia Gardner.
From Ozark. And she's in the new horror movie Weapons from the people who made Barbarian.
Yeah. I want to see that movie. But I won't see it for a couple weeks.
Bunch of all the kids in the town will go into the woods and don't come back or something.
Whew. Yeah. Galactus.
The big man?
The big man. The
devourer of worlds.
The perfect voice, Ralph Ineson.
I honestly can't think of someone who would have been better.
No. I
think Tony Jay did the voice in the Silver Surfer cartoon.
Did he?
And obviously Tony Jay's been, long. He passed away probably 20 years ago or more. Most people would know him probably as like Megabyte. That was a great voice for Galactus, especially for a cartoon.
Glendick was the voice.
Oh, really? It wasn't Tony Jay? Who did?
He was also Canadian. Wait.
Well, because it was all made in Canada.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Was
James?
He was also a cop, Apocalypse in the X-Men cartoon. Oh, yeah, that's why.
I think they have similar voices.
He's General Dodonna.
That's Jan Dodonna?
1981 Star Wars? What is this? Oh, radio dramatization.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Jan Dodonna, he does have one line, doesn't Is this guy still alive?
Yeah, he's retired.
Oh my god! Wow. Ooh, Stratford Festival.
Yeah.
See, this is what's fun about the podcast. We get to learn cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
Let's get this guy out of retirement.
He's very old.
He's only 90 something.
He's 41. Yeah, he
isn't. Wow.
I don't want to confuse him with a computer. Let's go up to I assume he's in Stratford.
Yes.
He's got to live there. I have friends up in Stratford. Let's just go visit him. Oh man. Mythic.
Yeah, well, I guess it wasn't Tony. That's too bad that I was wrong, but whatever. Yeah, there was Galactus had a great voice in the cartoon too.
Yeah.
So for him to have, I would say Ralph Ineson is kind of like our new, like, what's the lineage? Would you say like
James
Orson Welles, James Earl Jones, right? Morgan Freeman, kind of.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee, those kind of like incredible gravitas. And especially like if you watch like The Witch, you see how much pain he can put in his voice.
Yep.
And that's perfect for Galactus because it's the only thing Galactus had. Like he feels nothing except hunger, and he's not happy about it.
Even like the animation that was based on his performance, like it was just all perfect. When he talks to the Fantastic Four for the first time, and he talks about the hunger, and he talks about Franklin being the one thing that could satisfy
thing that can, yeah.
Oh, it was just it. If they don't bring him back, what's the point?
Oh, it'd be such a waste.
What a waste!
It'd be such a waste.
And then let's end off with baby CGI. Franklin Richards.
How did I feel about the characterization of CGI baby?
Was there a real baby at points, or was it just all CGI the whole time? I think there was, right? Ever so often.
I think there was. I mean, in fairness, the one scene was 0G. So that definitely makes sense to have a CGI baby because you're not going to put a baby in
the harness.
That's not going to go well. And have it float just so you can paint out the lines anyway.
What the fuck's going on?
I mean, I imagine that babies would very much enjoy being in 0G.
Be like being in the belly.
Yeah. But
yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird, but I get it. Like,
yeah. Was it too early to introduce Franklin? Like in the story?
No. I genuinely thought she was going to stay pregnant the whole time. And Galactus would have been like, I want the baby that's in your womb. And then they would have used Sue as the bait instead. And so they would have been like, oh no, is Sue going to go through the portal? Which they could have done.
Yeah.
But maybe they didn't want that to be too much like Dune, maybe, because Dune has a lot of stuff with Alia. Am I saying that right? Doesn't matter. So maybe they didn't think of that at all, and they were just like, no, it makes more sense to just use a CGI baby and have like a little cradle. I don't know. I hope we get to see Franklin a little older. It'll be cool. It does suck that we probably won't see Valeria like maybe ever.
Yeah.
Like in this version of Marvel, like it might take 10 years for that sort of thing to happen. Well, just because it probably wouldn't make sense until there's a reboot. You know what I mean? Like totally reboot it, and then because there's just not a story that makes sense to have that character. And how are they going to have another baby in the time for? Like, is you going to make Vanessa Kirby pregnant again just for the next?
I mean, she's pregnant right now.
She was pregnant. She pretends to be pregnant for the movie, and then for all of the advertisement for the movie, for the press, she's pregnant.
Yep.
And then you're going to make her pregnant again for another. I think any actress would be like, "Fuck off."
I mean, she was pregnant during the filming of Doomsday, so they're good.
Right? And aren't they actually twin? No, aren't they? They might be twins in the comics. I don't remember.
No. She's younger. Franklin does come first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because she's a twin, which would make it more likely for them to be. I don't know why I'm using real world genetics to.
Valeria.
I might be wrong.
younger sister of
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll need to.
Okay.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, and I just don't think Doom is going to be around long enough for them to be like, "I'll deliver your baby if I get to name your baby."
Isn't it weird that we're gonna get Doctor Doom introduced and then we probably won't have him for any more Fantastic Four movies? Like that hurts me a bit.
Unless they reboot and they just have.
They're not gonna reboot with this cast. This cast is so.
No, I think you bring back Mads Mikkelsen and make him Doctor Doom because he should have been. There's
should've-
two people.
Mm.
It's him or Jamie Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Those are like the two best. That or Glenn Howerton.
Glenn Howerton.
Glenn Howerton. Because there was a meme a long time ago of like It's Always Sunny as like Frank is or Danny DeVito is the Thing.
Yeah.
And then they make Glenn Howerton Doom. Just because he's obsessed with his looks and he's a bit of a psychopath.
I mean, you could also make. Is Lars Mikkelsen too old now?
He's older than Mads Mikkelsen. They're brothers.
Yeah. No, I'm just like he would also make a good Doom. Like he's a great actor.
I don't want him to be Thrawn and Doom. I don't even particularly like him as Thrawn.
He was fine as Thrawn. He was. I mean, Ahsoka. We don't need to get into that. We've talked about our issues with Ahsoka a bit.
That or just put someone we don't know behind the mask for Doom. You know what I mean? Like put someone we don't know because they're behind a mask. Just get a really good actor who can work behind a mask, like Pedro Pascal.
Could you imagine if it was Pedro Pascal fighting himself? Oh,
or the guy from I was gonna say the guy from the Halo TV series who couldn't figure out how to work behind a mask, even though Pedro Pascal showed you can do it.
What about the dude that plays Tommy?
Or about Ryan Reynolds,
the guy who plays Tommy in Last of Us? What's his name?
Oh, Gabriel Luna.
Gabriel Luna would make a good.
But he was Ghost Rider. He was Robbie. He was so good as Ghost Rider.
Wait, hopefully we'll see him.
I want him back as Ghost Rider.
Imagine Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Ghost Rider show up in the movies. I mean,
well, Coulson should be back at some point. Like, put Phil Coulson in that movie. And I get Clark Gregg was in those movies, and then the reason he's so important later on is because he's friends with. Well, I don't know if he's friends, but like he was in a lot of Joss Whedon stuff.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in like Much Ado About Nothing. And
he was in that because of S.H.I.E.L.D., wasn't it? Or because of that?
No, movie? I thought they were like friends before.
I didn't know. Anyway, that's not important. What did you think of the direction of the film? Like the retro futuristic thing? They definitely took it out of what's the MCU timeline called?
The Sacred Timeline.
613, is that what they're
616.
616.
It's 616.
Which is the comic one, which is confusing.
Or 10999999.
Which I like better.
Well, Kamala Khan, her actress was like, no, it's 10999999. And also Oscar Isaac mentioned that in
Moon Knight. Oh, Moon Knight! Come on,
no, he mentioned it in Across the Spider-Verse.
Sorry, I meant Moon Knight should come
because because Sony wants to use all the Marvel actors, so that we have to have and don't get me wrong, Oscar Isaac was great as Miguel O'Hara, one of my favorite Spider-Men. Mm-hmm. But god damn it, there's more actors out there. Stop making the same people play multiple roles in the thing.
Yeah, bring in Andor. What do you think of? 828 and
that makes sense. Yeah, for Jack Kirby, I like that choice that it's 828. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could have been anything, so I like that it was for Jack. Yeah, I don't think it's confusing for people. I've heard some people kind of complain about it. They're just like, "Oh, it's the Marvel universe, but it's not the Marvel universe." I'm like, "Yeah, well, we've done also
dimensions.
Doctor Strange was 10 years ago or whatever, and that movie was like, yeah, there's the dark dimension, there's this dimension, and people have seen Rick and Morty by now. So get over it. Like, and yes, we've done too much multiverse stuff, and it's partly because Rick and Morty's fault, because they've done too much multiverse stuff.
Okay.
And DC had to do it, you know. But maybe this will help more people understand quantum mechanics a little better. Because I worked with somebody one time, and I was like, "You ever think about like multiple universes?" And she went, "No. There's only one universe." And I went, yeah, but like there can be every time you make a decision, like there's another, you know, like there's another version. And she went, no, there's only one universe.
Wow.
And was like did not want to hear that, like, even though it's not even a theory, we've almost proven it at this point, like wormholes might be like actual foundational structures of the universe, which we could be in a wormhole in another universe, like stuff like that.
Oh, I just saw Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about that, and and I love that it was blowing his brains as he was talking about it, as it was blowing my brain as he was talking about it. It's so fascinating.
Well, because we think of wormholes as 3-dimensional, but they could be 4-dimensional.
I like the idea that their corona is what we could be in, and that it's so interesting because that's what.
Do you remember in Interstellar when they go through, we got to talk about this for this movie, but in Interstellar when they go to the wormhole and it's a sphere. And Matthew McConaughey's like, what the hell? It's a sphere. And the guy's like, what did you think it would be? Like, of course it's a sphere. Yeah. Like, you draw it as a circle in 3 dimensions, which isn't exactly correct, but the equivalent, as we say, like, because it's a one-sided polygon. Yeah. It's not a polygon, but a one-sided object, right? A one-sided, yeah. For a 2-dimensional one-sided is a circle. Mm-hmm. And then in 3 dimensions, it's, a sphere. Mm-hmm. So and then when they made the wormholes in this movie,
it was that's
what they looked like.
Oh, I loved it.
And they gave the Silver Surfer the power the Silver Surfer has, the ability to open wormholes, because Galactus can't do that. And I don't know why Galactus gives the Silver Surfer their powers, but he apparently he can't make wormholes. Which is what I love, because that's what the Silver Surfer, that's why it's the Silver Surfer. He surfs through the wormhole to go to, because it takes so long. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee understood that. It takes so long to get between stellar bodies. There's so much, it's not empty, but there's so much space between these things, right? What's their closest star? Alpha Centauri, and it's 4.1 light years away, something like that. Some crazy, so you open a wormhole, boom, you can get there way quicker.
And they talked about this in Thor 1. Thor 1. Wait.
Einstein-Rosencrantz bridge. It's not Rosencrantz.
It's not
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Einstein-Rosenbridge. Yes.
Einstein-Rosenbridge.
Yes. Yeah.
Rosencrantz.
And they did a great job depicting, because it's all warped, and I want that still from the movie. I want to look at it because the scenes are so fast.
Yeah.
But the artwork was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
Why didn't you hold on to those vistas? Remember when I complained about Shang-Chi and they did the sideways fight with the back? And I'm like, why was that shot 8 seconds and not 20 minutes?
Yep.
Same thing here. People were like, oh, the chase was too long. It wasn't long enough, in my opinion. It should have been a month long. That's how long it took the Surfer to escape. That's how long, because it was beautiful. It was
so good. I love that the Surfer took, you could see the waves. I'm gonna air quotes that while it was going through space. It was just they did everything so well. It's
so much cooler than flying. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows it's cooler to no one's out here who's like, surfing's lame. Surfing is cool.
I wish I could do it.
It just is. It's cool.
Damn straight. What
if you could surf in space?
What do you think of the balance between the cosmic epicness of this tale and then it also playing off of the family drama that's happening?
So remember when I said it's tight.
Yeah.
The stakes are huge, but they're small because it's all about this one precious thing, because that baby represents everything to the whole planet, right? Because if they sacrifice the baby, then everyone on Earth sacrifices their humanity.
Yeah. And what guarantee is it that they would just stop with one baby, right?
I mean, that's the other thing is sorry. Oh, he said he'd do this. First of all, we met an alien who eats planets. And you're convinced that what he said to us was true? Mm-hmm. That it's well, just give me one baby. Just give me one baby and I won't eat your whole planet. What? Sorry, can you explain that? No, give me the baby now. okay, well, we don't know, so we don't really have time to figure this whole thing out. And if I was in that crowd, I'd be like, hey, man, makes sense. You can't trust an alien. How can you? What language was Galactus speaking? You're telling me there's no misunderstanding there? You're telling me he said, are you sure he said, give me the baby? Like,
or give me all the babies.
It could have been give me all the babies.
In
you
my
know?
belly.
He could have said, give me Babe on DVD. Like,
I mean, I would understand.
Who knows?
That movie.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
Maybe
he wanted to eat that pig.
Oh, not the pig. I mean, bacon. What do you think of movie? I think we're all pretty much set that it was a good movie. Like, it was tight. Like,
it's very good. I think it's like an 8.5 out of 10.
I would agree with that. I do miss the family, like, fighting. Like, I always liked that they were a normal family that would fight. We didn't need that in this movie. I'm fine with that, but I do miss it.
We've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't need them to do the same, but we'll do it better this time. Don't worry about that. You did Galactus better this time. You don't have to do the same thing. I mean,
they can fight whenever they want. Their family. Sometimes families get along for a while, right? That's what happens.
Not mine, but some.
Yeah. I think that, yeah. Anyway, what do you think of the music? Michael Giacchino did the music.
Michael Giacchino's never fucked up, has he?
Not
ever since Lost, it's been pretty solid.
I didn't like the Rogue One music, to be honest, but
no,
I thought it was okay.
Oh, I like the Rogue One music.
I thought it was
okay. He did Andor too, didn't he? Not all. Maybe he did season 1. I don't know. I've always liked Michael Giacchino. So I think Michael Giacchino is
Nicholas
almost.
Bertel did the movie, did the TV show.
Okay, almost like the new. Oh my God, who did the Avengers theme?
Oh,
jeez.
I know who. Because Alan Silvestri.
So Silvestri also did. Oh my God, why can't I think of it? Predator, right? No. Who did Star Trek?
Which one? There's been a number of.
I know, but I'm trying to. Not Alexander Courage. Oh no,
Alexander Courage did the original.
Are you talking about, who did
Wrath of Khan? That type of.
Yeah.
It is Jerry Goldsmith, right?
Goldsmith. No, Horner.
James Horner also did Star Trek music. Yeah.
Yeah, Horner. I think he's like Horner, where he's able, because people go like, "Hey, I want something like this," and then he works with someone else's stuff to make it good, and he always has like certain signatures. So like Horner really liked certain noises that you'll hear in the Star Trek theme. You can hear them in the Avengers theme. Mm-hmm. It's just like little signatures that some composers have, and I think Giacchino's like that, where Giacchino always does, like, they're not the same, but they're kind of similar. So you feel comfortable with them. They feel familiar. Like, he's good at making music that sounds familiar, but is new.
What I really like about Michael Giacchino is that he had already scored a Fantastic Four film before this movie.
Right? Oh, did he?
No. He did The Incredibles, which is arguably the best Fantastic Four movie. Yeah. So this felt like a perfect extension of that. With it being,
I love that this movie has a lot in common with The Incredibles, by the way.
That's true.
Instead of starting with the Mole Man, The Incredibles ends with the Mole Man.
God, I know. It's such a, oh God, this movie. We talked about the visual effects. I don't think we need to talk about it more.
I mean, outside of the baby, which I get, like,
baby's hard, man.
Don't make it. Also, maybe don't make it look too good. Maybe you don't want to uncanny valley a baby, right? Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's a magic baby, right? It can be CGI, but everything, like Galactus looked amazing. All the powers looked great. Mm-hmm. Like the flame effects were great.
Yeah.
It looked like the comic flame effects as well. It didn't have the lines, but it just him breathed in fire. Like, it looked cool.
It looked good. Silver Surfer, like the reflections on her was phenomenal.
God.
I like that she phased through her board. Like,
so cool.
Just so good.
So it's not part of her body.
I thought that was funny.
It was great.
The production design of the 60s aesthetic I thought was phenomenal. I liked the fact that Herbie was like real to real. Like his eyes.
Oh yeah.
Like
They
there
were
were
still
tapes
using.
it's just
Well, what's funny too
and
is
records.
that we still use tapes to record data today because there's no better storage medium for long-term storage.
Yep.
Like, there's a reason when you see even like alien tech, right? When it's the 1980s stuff, it's like, well, people are like, well, we have better stuff today. Arguably, it's not better. Arguably, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays are not better than high-capacity tapes because these will last way longer and they have way less data corruption. It's more expensive, but Reed Richards is the smartest man on the planet and presumably can afford it.
I have zip drives that still work now, and I have CDs that I burnt like in university that I can't read anymore. Like it's crazy that my zip drives are still.
I think people think because like when they think of magnetic tape, when they think of tapes from like the 80s, not just VHS, but like music tapes, they're like, oh, they don't work anymore. Yes, those are not those are lower quality versions. Those are consumer grade.
Yeah.
This other stuff is the highest quality that's been made, but it's been consistently made and improved for the last 70 years. It's limited, but it is a really good storage medium. So for Reed Richards not to invent crystals or solid state is fine. Like, he doesn't have to do everything. Not everything has to be digital is not inherently better either. Like, I would much prefer, if I was going to do modular synthesis stuff, I don't want digital because you can just do whatever, then it's all just made on the computer. That's GarageBand. But if you take physical stuff, you are limited by that, and you have to stick within those bounds. So if someone like Reed, if he can do everything digitally, his horizon is farther, but that also means because he's not limited, he's gonna have a harder time doing things because he's not as constrained.
Yep.
Like, people think it's easier to do things without constraints. It's harder a lot of the time. Like, if I just tell you to build a garden, you're gonna be like, well, what kind of garden? I don't know, just any kind. Right? You're gonna have to make choices. But if I go build a 4x6 garden with these plants, that's a lot easier to figure out.
Or say build a garden by this time. People
sure,
like,
but for someone like Reed, he goes, okay, got it, no problem. I've already figured out the most efficient way. But without that, so I don't think I don't doubt that they talk about these things in the production meetings.
Yeah,
and there's very smart people who are smarter than me who work in those meetings.
Some of them,
so
maybe. Not all of them. I know that people have often criticized the MCU dialogue choices. They call it really quippy, the MCU quippy. What do you think of the dialogue in this movie?
I think that's more a Joss Whedon thing, though. You know what I mean? I thought the dialogue was great.
I didn't mind it.
I really loved the interaction between Johnny and the Silver Surfer. They had really interesting interactions.
Yeah.
He figured out her language. Just like really human as well. I liked that. And none of it felt like weird or out of place. I know some people criticized like, wait a minute, they had an alien signal. But again, those people weren't paying attention because he's like, no. This is like, it's been months now of us getting these signals.
They had multiple
So of course they're not going, oh crap, this is crazy. No, they're going, they're confused because they don't know why they're getting these signals. They don't know where they're coming from. They don't know what they are. So the first one, you're super excited. So that dialogue I thought was great, just to be like, let's skip past the part, which I love. Skip to the part that's important.
Yeah.
If you have a scene where two people are explaining something, don't move to another scene where those two people have to explain it to a third person.
Oh my God.
Just skip to the part where that person's already informed and making a decision or making their thoughts heard.
And makes him move faster and like everything.
If you ever watch The Sandbaggers, Eric, that's exactly what it does. And it's one of the reasons it's so good.
Keep on thinking.
I did feel like a lot happened in these 2 hours because of that. I felt that first 20 minutes was maybe a little much. I wish it would have been closer to 16, 17 minutes. But I also know the Fantastic Four, so I don't need to see that stuff.
Yeah, it was helpful for Kateri. Like, she didn't know any of it. I think the montage maybe went a little bit longer. I like seeing like the cover of the first Fantastic Four come to life. But like you said, like the gorillas fighting, they didn't need that. Or a bunch of the villains.
I think genuinely, I think that was for a laugh.
Yeah.
I think that was played for a laugh. Because what's funnier than a guy stretching and kicking a gorilla? Like I
mean, that's fair.
That's up there, man. That's up there.
Let's see. We already talked about spoilers.
I'm sorry, it wasn't a gorilla. It was they say it was an orangutan. So, because it was his smart apes.
Yeah,
different animals.
That's fair.
Don't want to get peed on my ass.
You don't want to get in trouble, especially all the people that listen to this. Do we want to talk about the post credit scene? Like, this was filmed by the Russos. It's gonna we don't even know what happens. I like the fact that they kept on showing Latveria and it was always an empty seat. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
I like that he wasn't down.
There was allusions, just plenty of allusions to Doom. So for us, Leonardo DiCaprio sitting in the chair, pointing at the TV.
Yep. Agreed.
That's it.
Where do you think the Fantastic
Four... But knowing Marvel, won't pay off.
I mean, it has to in the next movie. Where does the Fantastic Four fit in the MCU? Like, where do you see the Fantastic Four going from here? Obviously, Doomsday, but
where do I see them going? Well, if we get a sequel. Oh man, it's weird because everything's going to get reset. I don't know if these actors are particularly interested in doing a bunch of these.
They're contracted for 3 of these
3 movies.
Films. Yeah, that's the standard Marvel thing. Like,
I think that's this movie, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, and I think they're done.
3 Fantastic Four movies. So I think it's 7, including appearances. But you know what? Marvel doesn't have to pull them for those, right? But this movie's making.
I don't see any of them. Pedro Pascal. Well, that's not true. Vanessa Kirby's the only one who's not really a TV person. Yeah. Pedro Pascal has done plenty of television and isn't afraid to do it.
And he started dead in all of them. Not the Mandalorian.
He needs a new thing.
Mandalorian.
I don't see the Fantastic Four ever being a TV series, but it doesn't mean they can't appear in a TV series. I wouldn't mind seeing some kind of... Because the thing is, the Fantastic Four are not Avengers.
No.
So even the fact that we're doing we're doing Avengers Doomsday, and it's like the only reason it has the Avengers name is to get people to go see it.
Yep.
Because that's not an Avengers movie. That's Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four.
They should have just called it Avengers versus X-Men. Because that's what it's going to be.
No, because it won't be. Because it'll have Fantastic Four, and and it's technically Avengers versus Avengers by the sound of it, or Avengers versus New Avengers
versus X-Men.
Because of the way they named their movies and the way movies are done. Like when comic books, it would just be its own. Like Civil War was its own comic, and then you had X-Men, Civil War 1-5, and stuff like that.
They should have called Civil War just Civil War. They should have been called it Captain America Civil War.
I don't think they're going to do 3 of these movies.
No,
I don't see that happening. Just because we're going to get so many other, unless like this ends up being the world and we jump to, we can't jump to present day because then Reed Richards is going to be 70 years old.
Yeah. And we already know that their rocket's going to 616, right?
We
saw it at the end of Thunderbolts.
That's a different rocket. That had 3.
But
the one in this movie had 4.
This is the newer one, right? Because this is also 4 years later.
But why would it be? It has 1 fewer booster, but they're Fantastic Four. They have to have 4. People think it's Doom. I don't think it's Doom. I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. I think it's a red herring. I think it's a red herring. I think they're trying to. The Russos like to confuse us.
That's true. They do. Those dicks.
I just don't see them unless they want to do like when they combine universes. It is like the 60s, 70s, which would be kind of cool.
I don't think they'll do that.
Because that's like the origin of a lot of these. The X-Men are really an 80s comic. Spider-Man is 60s. But Avengers are 60s. So, and it was already, if we're 4 years later, wasn't it 68? So wouldn't it be 72? Or was it 69?
So they were in 64.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be 68. When Franklin talked to Doom.
Okay.
Which is apparently
so if we
when that's in Doomsday. So 68 is also 2028.
I don't
2029.
I don't hate the idea of like going back in time for Marvel, because Marvel keeps pushing the timeline for now where it's like 2029 or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you go back, we can do some more classic stuff. You know, production design can be more classic stuff. Especially if you get into like the 70s, that can be really cheap. Cars from the 70s, you just pull out of the junkyard, you know,
but 70s,
and you don't have to worry about.
You get Shang-Chi in the 70s and it becomes more exploitive.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
Shang-Chi's supposed to get another movie.
Shang-Chi should have already had another movie.
But now Daniel Destin Craig is doing Spider-Man because they had to rewrite Avengers, which he was supposed to do. And then he was like, no, just let me do something else.
Well, if he's doing Spider-Man,
he's currently filming Spider-Man right now in New York.
Do you think they're going to sneak Shang-Chi into the current Spider-Man?
No. No. Have you seen Eyes of Wakanda?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to my sister-in-law about it.
Man, they made Iron Fist way better.
Well,
I know it's a different.
It's a cartoon. Yeah. It's a cartoon. You can make Iron Fist be way cooler in a cartoon.
I like Eyes of Wakanda a lot, actually.
I like half slept through it, to be fair. So, I watched most of the first episode. No, I watched basically the whole first episode and was like, this is kind of cool. It's just, it wasn't grabbing me just because it wasn't like attached to anything.
The second one is so good. The second episode was so good.
Oh no, I've watched all four. I've watched all four, but it didn't. If we get more, I'll probably go back and rewatch.
I don't think,
but I don't know. It didn't give like enough of a history of the MCU for it to like really matter to me.
I like that it was.
I don't know, man. Days of Future Past it was like the last X-Men movie that did well. So we can go to the 70s.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to move that whole universe into a different time frame. I think they're going to just try and make it modern future. Like, I don't
give, well, because it won't matter anymore, because the date won't matter. Not that the date ever mattered in the MCU, because it's not the real world.
Yeah. I don't think they want to spend enough money to always make the production look like this movie.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think it's cheaper to do that.
Well, they could just film in the out on the street, right? And just not have to CG everything, although they do CG everything anyway. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, especially if they're not gonna have Doom's like Doctor Doom moving forward. They can't. Could they make another? I don't know how they could do Fantastic Four without Doom. Because they
already did Galactus, and they're gonna do Doom, and Doom's not even the villain of the Fantastic Four movie.
And Doom's probably not going to be past Secret
So who are you left with? Do you want to bring back Kang? Because he's a Fantastic Four villain. That's about it. Those are their three big villains.
Yeah.
There's Mole Man. I mean, I want to see them fight Giganto. That was cool. I love Giganto. He's one of my favorite Marvel Snap cards, even though I stopped playing.
Annihilus was a good Snap card as well.
Oh, I would love to see Annihilation Wave or something like that. Go to the negative zone, not negative zone.
Phantom Zone. No, wait, that's negative zone.
No, it is the negative zone.
Phantom Zone
I would love
Superman.
that. The Annihilation Wave comics were actually really good. Dude, it was pretty recent. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Annihilus is a great villain. So maybe, and that would be a big threat. Annihilus is a big enough threat that he could be like an Avengers. You know.
I'm still confused at how they introduced Mephisto in Ironheart phenomenally. Like the last episode was the best episode out of all of it.
100%.
And
they're going to undo it all. Well, that's the thing is, when Doom destroys reality, does he destroy hell? Or Limbo, sorry, it's called.
I don't know. But
it's really confusing. Because isn't that part of the multiverse?
Yeah. I mean,
I haven't seen New Mutants, but as I understand, Anya Taylor-Joy was like the best part of that movie.
She was. I would love to see her as Magic again. She was phenomenal.
I don't know.
I don't know if phenomenal is the right word. She was good. She was serviceable.
But I don't think she has to play Magic either.
Yeah.
So I think there's lots of great actresses. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
I'm not gonna watch that movie.
She looks like magic. That's the thing. Like, she looks like magic.
Depends on the version.
Yeah, that's fair. She's the one. I can't think of an actress right now.
Laura Bailey.
I mean,
who did the voice? Yeah. Who did the voice in Midnight Suns? Give us Midnight Suns, by the way, motherfuckers.
Yes. Well, did you hear what they were supposed to do with the Blade movie when they canceled it?
Yeah.
Isn't that upsetting? That would have been amazing. For those that don't know, the costumes for Sinners were all from the Blade movie because that was the time period that the Blade movie was supposed to take place.
You know who'd make a good Blade?
Ryan Coogler?
No, not the director.
Oh.
But I could see, if we're not gonna get Killmonger, fucking let him be Blade.
Yes.
Let Michael B. Jordan be Blade.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't. If we're gonna reset everything,
Mahershala Ali's so old now.
He's almost Wesley Snipes' age. He's only 10 years younger.
When he was running in Jurassic World Rebirth, I was like, this guy can't be Blade. He's too old now.
Now, don't get me wrong. He's got a great voice for Blade.
Phenomenal, yeah.
I mean, Michael Jai White's still right there. He did the voice in Midnight Suns, and he's a martial artist and can actually move the way Blade can move. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it sucks when actors age out of things. Yeah. But
Luke Cage too.
I think he could still pull it off.
No, I meant like I want to see him again. As
Mike Coulter.
Mike Coulter. God, that man does not age.
Now, if they really wanted to make me happy, there'd be a little Terry Crews Luke Cage cameo in Doomsday.
Could you?
If they gave the fact that they gave us John Krasinski, for Mr. Fantastic, give us a little. Like, I'm not asking Terry Crews to do the role. I'm just saying a cameo, a Luke Cage cameo. You know what I mean?
Like a Deadpool versus Wolverine type cameo. He's just sort of there. Yes.
If they had put him in, they'd put him in to fight like a big heavy in that movie. Instead of just having Blade.
I really do hope that Doomsday has people that we don't expect. Like,
that might be too much though, because they're basically, if they're going to introduce Doom and do everything for Doom, then and have all of these other characters, which are clearly, by the sounds of it, just fight scenes, like just there to fight. I don't know.
Yeah, didn't Nightcrawler's Alan Cumming accidentally say that he was fighting?
So he was hosting
Tonight Show, right?
Jimmy Kimmel's whatever it's called, Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Mm-hmm.
He had the Fantastic Four on, and he was trying to get them to spoil something, and then they were like, "Hey, you can't do that. You already got in trouble." And he goes, "Like, I did, but did I?" He goes, maybe I'm just putting something out there, because he asked Pedro Pascal. He's like, "Have we filmed anything together?" He's like, "Did I ever hit you in the head or whatever?" And he's like, "No." And the fact that Pedro Pascal said no is like, well, maybe Alan Cumming didn't have a fight with Mr. Fantastic. I don't really care either way if it's a spoiler or not. I just want to see
Nightcrawler fight again. Like, that was my favorite.
Yeah, he did a great job.
X2 is my favorite comic book movie, I think.
X2 is your favorite comic book movie, period?
X-Men movie. Let me rephrase. He's my
I'm like, the Winter Soldier's right there, man.
Winter Soldier is the best. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's real good.
Winter Soldier is the best one.
It's real good, Thor Ragnarok is real good.
X2.
Blade 1 is real good.
Nightcrawler is like one of my favorite comic book characters, though.
That's true.
So seeing him do that White House attack.
Mm-hmm. And what's amazing is they couldn't even make it as good later on.
Yeah.
With younger actors and stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember that guy's name.
I mean, we got a lot to look forward to next year because there's nothing else from Marvel.
Is it 2 Avengers films next year or just 1?
Oh man,
because we get Spider-Man next year for sure, and then Doomsday. What's the next? All
right, let's see what's coming out in 2026 because we are in Phase 6 now.
We have Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Daredevil Born Again.
We still have stuff this year. We have Marvel Zombies and we have Wonder Man.
Oh shit, I forgot about Wonder Man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sad it's not Nathan Fillion, but I like, I'm going to butcher his name, Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
That was very good.
He's wonderful. He's really good, and he'll be he did he was on the red carpet for I think it was Fantastic Four in character, giving interviews in character.
That's amazing. What phase are we in? 6?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fantastic Four 2025, Spider-Man 2026, Avengers Doomsday 2026, Secret Wars 2027. Fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have announced but no date, Armor Wars.
Also, well, that's never happening. Yeah. I wouldn't worry. Don Cheadle's already over 60.
Black Panther 3.
And Vision Quest is supposed to come out sometime in 2026.
Oh,
apparently.
Yeah, Vision Quest.
Yeah. So we do have some stuff this year to look forward to, but we have a lot to look forward to next year.
Yeah. I mean,
hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man, Daredevil Season 2, Vision Quest, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh yeah, Season 2 of that. I
haven't watched that show yet.
That first season was pretty good. Any final thoughts on this movie before we go?
I mean, it's good. It stands on its own. You don't have to worry about other Marvel movies. I don't particularly care if Disney makes more money or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to throw these actors away just because this movie doesn't make $1 billion. These are all solid actors. So they have a good foundation here. And it's not like WandaVision made them billions of dollars either. Mm-hmm. And then they, in a lot of ways, ruined a lot of the goodwill from WandaVision for people in Multiverse of Madness. I don't think because Wanda was mischaracterized, but I think because Multiverse of Madness was not as good as it could have been.
It was terrible. I did not like that movie.
It had some cool stuff. Cool stuff.
And
but that's not enough. Cool stuff does not make a movie.
There was not multiverses. There was like 2.
Yeah.
And that bothered me. Thought this was a solid film. It's really fun. It felt unlike any other MCU film, which I really liked. And
genuinely, almost feels like going back to watch Iron Man 1.
Yeah. It felt like
the stakes are bigger, but
it felt like a big it felt like like the start of something.
Yeah.
Which I like. And
hence the name.
First start. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Anything else? We'll be back in like a couple weeks because I'm gone for 2-3 weeks.
I don't know what's out either. I don't know
what we could talk about.
We can talk about all kinds of stuff. You know what we should do? We should play some Draw Steel.
We could. We'll figure it out. I'm sure there's something. We'll figure it out when I come back. Yeah. Thank you, Dave, for talking about Fantastic Four. Thank you out there for listening to us. We will be back in a couple weeks when I'm back. Probably after Fan Expo, which is the last weekend of August.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll be back around that time. Anyway, we'll see you guys. Goodbye. Good night. Have a good one. Goodbye.
It's over.
It's over. Well, that's it for us this week on Geeks with Kids. If you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email at podcast@geekswithkids.ca. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/geekswithkids. Follow us on Twitter at geekswithkidscn. Check out our pics on Instagram at geekswithkids. And you can find all of this good stuff on our website at www.geekswithkids.ca. So if you like what you hear, why don't you hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. This podcast can be found on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcasting app. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.